Obviously, Caitlin Clark does play a big part of it, and she knows it, and she's embracing it in the best way possible. So Indiana definitely deserved the light that we get in for sure. So yesterday I was on Twitter, and someone said that Indiana is the new Hollywood. So I thought it was pretty cool that people feel like Indiana, because when you think about Indiana, you think it's boring, it's nothing to do, but now everybody wants to be in Indiana.
Every single team in this league is really good, and that's what makes it so fun, and I think there's going to be a lot of new fans coming to the WNBA. There's already a lot of fans here, and just continuing to grow that and attract that and keep those fans will be...
Locker room drama in the WNBA has dominated headlines, but what if everything you thought you knew was wrong? Caitlin Clark, one of the brightest young stars in basketball, has been accused of creating tension in the Indiana Fever locker room. Fans debated, analysts speculated, even legends voiced their opinions. And yet, one voice rises above them all: Erica Wheeler, Clark's teammate, who finally speaks the truth. This story isn't about gossip. It's about perspective, leadership, and what really happens behind the locker room doors.
Just for Caitlin, but you asked me about Caitlin. If you're going to break a record, to me, if it's legitimate, you have to break that record in the same amount of time that player said it. Yeah, that'll go in the record books as Caitlin Clark is the all-time, whatever it is. I don't even know what the number is, but that's the way it'll be. And I don't think it should be. Caitlin Clark right now probably takes about 40 shots a game.
Carry on.
I know you like that.
Sheryl Swoops, a WNBA icon, publicly claimed that Clark's presence was causing friction in the team. According to Swoops, Clark's hype, energy, and rising stardom were disrupting locker room chemistry. Social media exploded. Headlines questioned whether the Fever locker room was falling apart. But here's the truth: the narrative told by outsiders is never the full story. What's happening inside the locker room, where players live and breathe every game, is something completely different.
More experience that gives you over other players coming in, right? So people say, dang, like he or she's killing them, but you have a 25-year-old playing against a 20-year-old. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's not to take anything away from what she's done, but if you're talking about breaking records, then if this player did it in this amount of time, then you should do it in that same.
Erica Wheeler didn't speculate. She didn't dodge questions. She spoke from experience, from the locker room itself. Wheeler's message was clear. Clark is not the source of tension. On the contrary, she is fun, approachable, and energizes the team. Wheeler explained, pause 0.5s. We just didn't let it happen.
He has lived up to expectations, right? I'm looking at her the way I look at LeBron James, right? For us, just in the women's side of things, and the height that she had, the expectations she had.
Let's start with the rookie, Caitlin Clark Kent. Superwoman, you see what I did there? She was on a tear, and last night was no different. Wings, fever. Caitlin Clark set to go as she broke the single-season assist record.
She's been playing like a top-5 player in the league. She's been regularly dishing out double-digit assists in that time frame. Teams can no longer blitz her and trap.
The supposed drama described by Swoops? It didn't exist. Wheeler painted a picture of a locker room full of trust, laughter, and collaboration. No cold shoulders, no catfights, no hidden resentment. Instead, Clark's presence enhances team spirit. Her energy is contagious, her positivity uplifts rookies and veterans alike, and the entire team thrives in an environment that values respect and camaraderie.
First rookie to win WNBA Player of the Month since the award's inception in 2010, and last night it was no exception. They were sky high for Caitlin Clark and the Fever, but to start the season, they had a little bit of a rough go of it. They lost their first 5 games. They ended up 1-8 through their first 9 games, and during that first month, the playoffs, they didn't feel realistic at all. Indy entered the Olympic break 11-15 on the year, and then they really turned it around. They've won 7 of their 8 since. They clinched a playoff berth for the first time since 2016, which, by the way, was the last year of Hall of Famer and franchise icon Tamika.
Swoops' claims weren't limited to drama. She questioned Clark's record-breaking performances, suggesting they were somehow less legitimate or inflated. The reality? Clark's records are fully legitimate. Wheeler emphasized Clark's impact beyond statistics, her leadership, her positivity, and her ability to elevate everyone around her. The record debate is minor compared to the real story, a locker room united and thriving, not divided.
Caitlin Clark finished with that triple-double. She just continues her superstar trajectory. She's the only rookie in WNBA history with a triple-double.
Caitlin Clark is doing things beyond her years. Let me show you how good 22 has been. She's on pace to generate the most points in a season in WNBA.
Beyond Clark, Wheeler spoke about the Indiana Fever culture. This is a team built on respect, trust, and collaboration. Veterans mentor rookies. The locker room is alive with energy, positivity, and professionalism. Wheeler's testimony dismantles the external narrative, showing the league and fans that what really matters isn't speculation, it's firsthand experience from those inside. Wheeler also shared how Clark impacted her personally. She credited Clark for fostering trust and openness, allowing players to thrive both on and off the court. This isn't just about defending a star. Wheeler is highlighting the power of unity, the strength of team dynamics, and the unseen emotional work that makes championship-level teams possible. The controversy surrounding Clark and Swoops is more than locker room drama. It reflects a sport in transition, with rising stars challenging expectations and records set by previous generations. Wheeler's perspective shows that progress doesn't diminish past achievements, it builds on them. Clark's success demonstrates evolution, leadership, and a shift in how women's basketball is played and perceived. This story is a reminder. The truth isn't always in the headlines. Erica Wheeler gave the world a glimpse into the real locker room, one of respect, positivity, and team unity. Caitlin Clark isn't causing drama. She's leading a new era. And as fans, analysts, and players watch, one question remains. How many other locker room scandals are really misunderstandings waiting to be corrected? And yet, the story goes even deeper than what Wheeler revealed. Beyond the surface of laughter, camaraderie, and unity, there are subtle dynamics at play that most fans will never see. The quiet influence of veterans mentoring rookies, the strategic guidance Clark provides during crunch moments, and the way every practice and game is structured to build trust rather than tension. While outsiders painted a picture of chaos, the reality is a sophisticated system of leadership, accountability, and personal responsibility. Wheeler's words don't just offend Clark. They expose the flaws in how the media interprets locker room interactions, showing how assumptions and incomplete narratives can spread like wildfire. This isn't just a story about one player or one team. It's a commentary on the culture of women's basketball itself, where rising stars are constantly scrutinized, records are dissected, and personal stories are magnified into controversy. Fans, analysts, and critics alike are forced to reconsider everything they thought they knew, because the truth isn't drama, it's dedication, collaboration, and the quiet heroism of players like Clark and Wheeler who redefine what leadership looks like in the modern WNBA. What's even more surprising is how this revelation changes the way we think about leadership and influence in the WNBA. Caitlin Clark isn't just a star on the stat sheet. She's a central figure in shaping team culture, inspiring teammates, and maintaining focus under pressure. Erica Wheeler's account shows that while the media and outsiders rushed to label the locker room as chaotic, the reality is a finely tuned environment where respect, trust, and mentorship guide every interaction. Every joke, every assist, every pep talk is part of a system designed to uplift the team rather than create conflict. And yet, the public rarely sees this side of professional sports. They only see controversy, rumors, and sensationalized headlines. Wheeler's words force fans and critics alike to question their assumptions. How many dramas are actually misunderstandings, and how many stars are unfairly scrutinized because their success challenges old expectations. This isn't just a story about Clark or the Indiana Fever. It's a wake-up call for everyone who follows women's basketball. The real drama is in the rumors. It's in the extraordinary work, discipline, and unity that goes unnoticed behind the scenes.